give the floor to His Excellency Arrmanatha Nasir, Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs of Indonesia.
Mr. President, in the morning of November 20th, before the veto at the Security Council, the death toll in Gaza was 43,253 people. This morning, it reached 44,532 people. This means a single raise of hand and failure to stop the war in Gaza cost 1,279 lives. Every second the war continues, innocent civilians perish, most of them women and children. As of today, the total number of deaths in Gaza has surpassed the population of at least 7 UN member states, while the total number of injured has surpassed the population of at least 17 UN member states. If actions equivalent to wiping out the whole population of a country is not genocide, please tell me what is. Mr. President, killing innocent civilians can never be justified. If a group designated as a terrorist organization for killing around 1,200 people in one day, what do we designate a country that has killed 44,532 people and counting? Since the war in Gaza began, 8 draft Security Council resolution on Palestine has been vetoed. And while the Council has passed 4 resolutions, none of them, and I repeat, none of them, have been implemented. If this does not reflect the Council impotence, tell me what is. Furthermore, since the war on the Palestinian in Gaza started, the General Assembly has held 5 emergency special sessions. The ICJ delivered 1 advisory opinion, 3 provisional measures, and the ICC issued arrest warrants. Yet, despite the clear conscience of the vast majority of nations, a powerful few chooses to continue to ignore humanity, ignore the dignity of life, and ignore international rule of law. Double standards has given Israel the license to kill. Double standard is unraveling the multilateral system. Many are now saying we are entering the age of the collapse of the international rule of law, the collapse of the international order. The very order designed by the powerful countries who are no longer committed to upholding them. We, the majority nations with conscience, must therefore rise to protect humanity, protect the value of life, and the suffering of innocent civilians in Gaza. It is no longer enough to call for immediate, unconditional, and permanent ceasefire as a way to end the atrocity faced by Palestinians in Gaza. Countries with conscience and capacities must act and take concrete action. Countries with conscience and capacity must halt all transfer of arms to Israel. We must use all tools available to stop the war on the Palestinian people, including implementing Security Council Resolution 2735 and the ICJ provisional measures. Countries with conscience and capacities must help reverse the deteriorating humanitarian condition in Gaza. We must continue to support UNRWA and help stop the attack on UNRWA and other humanitarian workers in Gaza. Indonesia paid tribute to the 333 humanitarian workers that was killed serving in Gaza, including the 249 UNRWA staff. For the countless Palestinians in Gaza, UNRWA and all other humanitarian workers are the fragile thread that separates life from death. Countries with conscience and capacity must also stop Israel's attempt to change the narrative of the war in Gaza. Plain and simple, Israel's action to eliminate UNRWA is an attempt to eliminate Palestinian refugees, to eliminate Palestinians. Mr. President, the two-state solution is the only pathway to bring peace to Israel and Palestine. We must therefore safeguard the two-state solution. All states with conscience should therefore give unconditional recognition to the state of Palestine. We must also work for the immediate convening of the International Peace Conference as mandated by Resolution ES 10/24. This way, we begin the process to give life to realizing the two-state solution. Mr. President, amidst the systematic failure and paralysis of the Security Council, the General Assembly must continue to give weight to its role as the voice of global conscience. In this regard, we urge all member states to support and vote in favor for the draft resolution presented under the special session. It is time to raise above politics and be on the side of justice and humanity. I thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs of Indonesia.